I walked in the front door of Northwestern when I was age 17, and I stayed until I was 8, or I had been here 46 years. You can do the math. I've gone to one church my whole life. I have one brother. I've had one marriage, one son, one granddaughter, and one job. I mean, I didn't even have a part-time job. So, you know, I dig my heels in and, you know. Well, my husband and I were going together when I graduated and I came here to work. He was drafted, he's 4 years older than I am, and he was drafted into the Army. And I was working here. I stayed at my parents' house, and so he traveled. He was sent far away, like Fort Knox. Well, we were married in 1961, and my son, our son, Mark, was born in 1963. I was there when they had the ultrasound, and they said, "It's a girl," and I jumped, and I said, "Oh, good." But my husband has Parkinson's. He was diagnosed in 1999 with Parkinson's. He did very well for a number of years. You know, it wasn't progressing. But now it's progressing very quickly. It's difficult to watch. It's difficult. Yeah. We've done a lot, been a lot of places, and we're blessed. Early on in my life, I knew that I wanted to work in an office. So when I entered high school, I took every business course I could take. When I was in my senior year, Northwestern called and they wanted to interview one of what they felt was a good student. And they sent me, so I've had one job interview my whole life, and they hired me. And I was 17 at the time, and when I graduated from school 1 week, I started at Northwestern on Monday following that. They took every job that no one else wanted and created my job. And at that time, we collected premiums. And my very first job, I had a stack of premium notices and checks about this high to process. We had to take them and individually write on cards that the premium was paid and what date, and I had to make the bank deposit for that. Yeah.
I think she was very particular, very professional, very organized.
She was always very put together.
Oh,
very.
Yes.
Everywhere from her hair down to her shoes, she was very put together. Was very organized. She did like everything to be done a certain way. Very easy to talk to. You know, there was never a time that I couldn't walk into Wilma's office with an issue and just talk to her. She would listen.
That's true. And Wilma could go, I think, 3 months, if not 4, and never wear the same outfit.
That's true.
She had so many things.
But the thing I remember the best about Wilma, particularly in my early days, is that she wanted me to succeed. She wanted me to survive. Wilma was a person that could easily care about someone, and if you were someone that she cared about, she really worked hard for you to succeed.
And one time, I think she'll remember. I know she'll remember this. It was very early on, and we had to do a compliance meeting, and you may have heard this, but she came out in a policeman's uniform with wearing dressed up as a cop, basically, because she was the compliance officer. And so everyone got a big kick out of that because she found this police uniform somewhere. I don't know where she found it, with a big badge and things, and it was a kick. Everybody got a big.
So she could be counted on for her accuracy and her professionalism and her commitment to what she did.
Some of them had it and some of them didn't. Some of them were just not mature enough. Some of them thought maybe they had made a mistake, but they stuck with it. But, there are a lot of those people still here. And I've probably known them for going on 30 years. I'm very proud of them.
From the minute I walked in the door at Northwestern Mutual at age 19 as a college intern with hair down to here, 120 pounds, certainly did not look like anyone else in the office. Never felt from minute one that Wilma did anything other than care about me as an individual and my success. And, that made a difference for me. It made a difference, I think, for clients, because at the end of the day, we were able to, work with many people and have that caring attitude because that transferred from her. And she was the office mom. She really was that person that when you came in and you were ready to just chuck it, she played a big role in talking us off the ledge. And there were those days, and she celebrated the great stuff. She celebrated or she helped negate the days when it was just, I don't know that I want to do this anymore.
You build them up. They're encouraged to do a better job. And so if you threw me a carrot, I worked a lot harder. It wasn't necessarily money, it was feeling like you did something that counted.
Nice. Very nice, very interested, very interesting person, and I think very highly of Wilma. She certainly put a lot of time and effort in her job, and she showed it, and I think she enjoyed her job.
I'd have to agree with Julie. I think she's always been a very calming effect on the office, steady, always a go-to person. If you had a question, if she didn't have the answer, she knew how to find it. And agree, she rarely got flustered. Or
I don't know that I know anyone who's worked for a company and has as much, what we call it blue blood, the loyalty that she has for the company and everyone that has come through the door.
Just that you seldom meet a person in life that you have so few. I can't think of any negative thing to think about Wilma. And I really can't. Other than the fact she doesn't know how to age. She does not know how to age. She still is as young and vibrant as she was that I remember 10, 20, 30 years ago. She has not changed. And I hope she never changes.
Mother's Day, we were in Paris, and Mark and I went up the Eiffel Tower. I had to climb 600 steps to get to the level where you could get a lift to go to the top. And I made it. Mark was proud of me. I knew how to work hard because it was in my family, and I'm proud of that. I want people to feel like I worked hard, that I cared, and I made a difference.
That is very cool, and I think you did.